I've moved some of the ore blocks that I've been collecting into the nature mining, whatever we're going to call this, wing hallway, and they've been turned into chisel blocks, which makes it easy for me to just, pick them up. And the way you do that is you place it, and then you put the hammer in your offhand, get your chisel, and then just right click. So like say, hey, I'm going to chisel this block, but don't actually chisel it. So I've got some stuff in here, and I'm already thinking the ores aren't going to fit in the hallway. Because I want to show off like the actual ores, like the things you get from breaking them as well. So here's the new idea that we a little bit talked about possibly doing before, but I think we're actually going to do it. And I have started on the dome, just not much yet. So I need to decide on a length for the hallways, but at some point the hallway will end, and then it'll turn into a large room, and that room will have floors going up and or down. And so for the armory over here, and then this one, they'll like, the room will be around here, and then it'll head back a bit, so like a rectangle with one of the short edges here, and then going back and around. And then same thing on the armory side, short on this side, and then going back on that side. And then for this one, the lore stuff, it'll be long. And then so I think they can connect, right? And then we'll have these little gaps between them, like between the hallways and stuff. And maybe we can use those as like a little garden area or something. Maybe show off some of the flowers and some cool trees and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. But we do need to decide on a length for the hallways, and probably have, instead of the ores in the hallway, like the antlers, maybe some fish and stuff. We'll just have some stuff that can more easily be displayed actually on the walls. I'm also using birch planks as the flooring. I was really struggling with what to use for the floor, because we did talk about those, what are these called again? The clinker blocks. I do still want to use these in the foyer, right? But I don't think they'd be good for, flooring everywhere, because we're going to need so much of it. And so I was like, well, I think the birch wood would complement not only the clinker blocks pretty well, but also the tan wattle. So maybe like right here where it transitions, we have clinker blocks or something. Like the clinker blocks can be accents. I'm thinking in the foyer, they'll be in like the quadrants and stuff. They'll be accent flooring blocks, but it won't be the main flooring block, because we can get a bunch of birch wood, and that's not going to be too big of a problem. But yeah, so that's what I'm currently working on. Also, I want to note that a new version came out, 1.22.3. I'm not currently playing on it because I use VS Launcher, and VS Launcher a little bit broke recently. And so it can't handle any of the new versions. Like it doesn't pull them in, the API doesn't work anymore to pull in the new versions. So I think I'm gonna have to manually update. I've updated my not VS Launcher game, so like my main game, but it doesn't have this world in it, so I might just need to move this world to my main game outside of the launcher, because the launcher's developer said that they're working on a new version, like a new launcher, so maybe we just wait for that. All right, so what I'm doing, but yeah, and then, sorry, I'm context switching very quickly. Right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to see if anybody is ready to lay, which I'm not seeing ready to lay for anybody, which means we need to feed them. But anyway, I'll need to work on getting the my game like moved over. I've got several backups of it, so I think it'll be okay. Hopefully, hopefully the world doesn't fall apart. But one of the things I'm really excited about in the new version, it's mainly bug fixes, but one thing that I'm really excited about in there is that after, either at or after Generation 3, sheep and pigs stop being so aggressive, which would be really nice to not, you know, be dying all the time. And we are running so low on dried grass. I'm waiting for these to regrow again. I've been going far and wide to get dried grass because we need it for the sheep. We need it for the dab and waddle. You just need a lot of dried grass. Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, this would probably be better for the hallway, you know, not taking up as much space. So play around with that. We are starting to run low on saved up foods. So I am going to go hunting a little bit. We're going to start hunting in our moat. I know there's at least one deer in the moat. And we should also check the pigs to see what they're doing. We're close to processing. Okay, so there's still a baby in there. Barely in this over the snow. Oh, that's right. Okay, so yeah, some random deer got into my base. And one of them got into the pig pen somehow. So I do need to go in there and get that deer. See if I can share something in there. There we go. All right. Perfect. It'll be easier to take care of. Now, I had been wanting to make some pies, but I've been using flax flour for pies, but we're actually running low on flax flour, so I'm gonna have to dip into my spelt reserves that I was kind of saving for. Oh, there's the other deer that I was kind of saving for. Let me switch to my bow. I was kind of saving the spelt for the distillery stuff because I know it takes a lot of spelt flour to make ale and stuff, and so, but if we need to dive into it now, like that's now the males should become aggro after you hit them. Yeah. Here. Yeah, come hit me. Here we go. Good job. All right, so we kind of got lucky. Ooh, those are some interesting antlers. We kind of got lucky with those two. And then I know there's one in the moat. Then after that, we're going to have to go traveling around. There it is. There's the moat one. All right. So this is the one that I knew was in the moat. Let's double check there's nothing else in the moat, and then we will probably have to go. I'd love to get close to a stack of red meat if we can. I think that'll just set us up for a little while. I mean, we're in January. We're going to have to make it through February. February is going to be winter as well. And then in March is when things should start easing up. All right, yeah, I'm thinking there's nothing else that's going to be in the boat. I'm not too terribly surprised with. In the winter, there just aren't as many animals out. So I have been hunting, did do some hunting in December. And when I was hunting in December, I was hunting in these little mountainous areas, and there was a good bit of deer. So we're gonna hopefully, and we have a little bit of daylight left. What, 2 o'clock right now in game? So hopefully we can something over here. If not, if it gets too dark, I'll probably go back to base, and then we'll have to pick it up again tomorrow, because you can't. I've got chain armor on and it's snowing. You just can't run very well with that combination, and plus being in the dark. So my main way of hunting in this weather is going to be by bow, which we need light to be able to see. And I'm wondering if I've hunted this area out, or if I've gotten everything that has been over here. Oh, there's something there. Oh, that is a deer. Okay. Yes, got it. Okay. Got one. I'm not gonna get bones from that one. We're gonna have so many bones. Okay, I don't need to harvest all of the bones. There are also two bears over here that I killed, but bears are bushmeat, not red meat. So I know there are wolves over here as well. So they're hunting the same stuff I'm hunting, right? So we are in direct competition with the wolf. Ooh, that's a rabbit. So I don't know I'm going to be able to get the rabbit. Rabbits do have red meat, and then they also have a small hide, which I want to use for parchment. This right here, this is why I don't domesticate rabbits, okay? I did it once. It wasn't a fun time, okay? They're so fast. I don't even know where it went. Not on my map. So here's a new trader then. Let's check them out. That's annoying. Can I chop this tree down? Ugh. There we go. Luxuries. Ooh. Ooh, see here, look. A resonator. So this is why I don't want to use my Jonas parts to make them. We talked about this in an earlier episode. You can just buy a resonator. You don't have to make it with Jonas parts. Okay. Wow, that's super fancy. Okay, but I'm not here to buy any of your stuff right now. Sorry. I know, you're upset. Where are we? Okay, we're just kind of roaming around. Oh, a wolf. There's a wolf. There's a wolf. Okay, hi. I don't particularly want to kill the wolf. Yeah, so if I can hit them and they just go away, I'm not going to chase them down. I don't want their meat. Oh, I mean, there's a chicken. The snow makes everything so hard. So if I don't have to kill them, I won't. Now that I've got my chain armor, yeah. Oh yeah, look at these chickens. All right. We can get a little bit of chicken. Oh. Yep, you just fell right down there and died, didn't you? Oh, I really want to go explore that, but I don't have any food. I actually need to start heading back towards base. And I mean, we're out here hunting. We aren't desperate for food, okay? If I was desperate for food, I would take the chicken eggs that we have at base and cook those up. But we're not really at that point. I know I missed that that resin, but I want this chicken. So if we were like, starving for food, we could have a way to deal with it without coming out here to hunt. But I really want to increase the generations of my flock. I want to build the flock, so that's why I'm not taking the chicken egg right now. Okay, got that. Even though I didn't really need this meat because we're not gonna eat it, I'll go ahead and harvest. The bush meat, I usually, early game, obviously, eat it. But then after you get established a little bit, what I like to do is let it rot. It does pretty good. It produces a fair bit of rot for composting. That's where that meat is going to go. And rot is important because that's how we get compost, right? So we do want to make sure we're rotting some stuff. Now, it does seem like I've hunted this area pretty well. There's not much over here. So I'm going to go back to base to get a little more food and probably drop some of this stuff off. And then I'm going to have to head off in another direction. That looks like a meteor impact area or a hole. That's just a hole in the ground. get a little distracted sometimes. Let's head on back to base for now. Oh, look, a boar. We will take this opportunity to grab. Yeah, and everything's low weight right now, so we're not gonna be getting as much meat off of them. Oh, another one. Well, I said we hunted this area down and then we ran into 2 pigs. I mean, stack this. So we're over a half stack, which is nice. That's about halfway to what I wanted to get to. So maybe we go ahead and cook this up. Then we can go searching in another direction tomorrow, because it is getting dark and I don't particularly want to be hunting while it's dark right now. So we are starting to run low on vegetable, which is only lightly concerning because we do have the fennel, which has less saturation. This only has 50, whereas these all have 100. I think cabbage, yeah, cabbage is like 100 or 300. Yeah, cabbage is a lot more. Cabbage is great. Cabbage is good. So we could, if we need to, like dip into that. But I would like to keep my eye out for mushrooms. And I know I did see some mushrooms in the woods where we were hunting, but I was chasing a chicken, so I didn't get it. And we can also, it looks like, eat the fat, which is interesting. And then you're supposed to be able to feed it to pigs. I tried putting fat in the trough and I couldn't. And so I did put some down on the ground in their little shelter area. I don't know if they'll eat it or not. Just for science, I went ahead and put it down there. But while we're out hunting, we need to keep our eyes open for mushrooms to help restock some of our vegetables. Come south a bit, and then there's this wooded area, and I did hear a pig. I didn't see it though. But my plan is to search like here. I really don't want to go into those mountains. We can search this wooded area, and then there's some woods down here as well that can be searched. We're just kind of walking around, seeing what we see, hearing what we hear. So hopefully one pig means that there's another pig. And I'm going to go ahead and put my bow, my hotbar. Quick access if we need it. I'm mainly looking on the trees for mushrooms. There's a lot that grow on trees. I'm not sure if we'll find any on the ground with the snow. Whoa. Ooh, that's a big cave and I want to go explore it. We're on a food mission right now, or not. Doing caves. Okay. Is that a wolf? No. Okay. Shiver. I think I'm now going to head down over here. So southwest. Whoa. Look at this. Aged oak log. Oh dear. I think I need to start heading back to base already, though. I really need to. Oh, look. All right. Yes, we can eat these mushrooms. Great. Yes, here we go. So this is going to let us stay out a little bit longer, hopefully. Well, no, we saw and heard several things when we first got down here. Then nothing. Wolf, I want to deal with you. Wow, this has been an unsuccessful hunt over down here. Pretty unsuccessful. Yeah, we need to go back to get more food, but I'm gonna have to bring a crock out so we can stay out longer. I'm gonna follow the road, but I'm gonna stay in the wooded areas just to see if I see. Oh, bees. We already have bees. I got really excited. On the server I'm playing with some of my friends on, we haven't found bees yet. And so I've been trying to keep my ears out for bees. And I just heard them and I was like, oh my god, we finally found bees! But we already have bees in this world. All right, where's that pig? I heard you. Maybe if I stay around here, it'll come try and attack me. Is it stuck somewhere? Oh, you're on the road. Okay, this is fantastic. It was stuck somewhere. Stuck in the road. All right, so I mean, we got a little bit. Still not as much as I would have liked. Got 9. And then we got 2 chicken. Yeah, definitely need to bring more food out. I had forgotten about this little trap that I had set up to catch pigs, and it does have a couple pigs and some type of deer. I don't know, there's a bunch of different types of deer. So we're gonna go ahead and grab these guys. I had kind of been holding off on processing them because it's like, well, what if my pigs at base like get struck by lightning? I was traumatized by my first round of chickens getting struck by lightning. But now that we have that lightning rod on top of the tall tower, I feel a little more comfortable. Hoodoo deer. I am gonna keep this trap up. I don't have any. Well, I guess I could put some in here, see if I can get some deer, more poodoo deer to come in. I didn't empty the meat from my inventory, so that's still from the last hunt that we did. Yeah, 8. Okay, cool. And we'll just see if we can get something else to hop in there. Hey. Can go ahead and search this area as well. We've got some wooded area in here, and this is where honestly we got a lot of the animals that we have in our base right now. Is that a chicken? The chicken. So with this meat that I'm getting now, I do want to make pies out of this because I am out of pies at this point. I'm gravitating towards pies being my preferred meal. Like the stuff you can put in crocks is good for saving for winter and all. Honestly, now that we have salt, we can preserve the meat that we get in the spring and summer to make pies with in the winter. We can also pickle vegetables. All right, so here's where I'm hoping some animals may have fallen into some of the holes around here. All right, so that looked like a fawn. We don't want to hunt that, but if there's a fawn, there's probably adult deer around. Or is that a doe? We need to get closer. It went that way, but I want these mushrooms because we do need some more vegetables. Went this way. Sticks. There will come a time where we have more sticks than we know what to do with. Now is not that time. Okay, it is trapped here. Oh, it is an adult. The dappling threw me off. So here's something that I would love to be able to... Oh my god! Is that new? I didn't think you could do that because I've tried to do that before. I was getting ready to show you something that I wanted to have happen and then it just did it. So I had an empty bowl. And first I right-clicked and it swapped them. And then I left-clicked and it filled the bowl from the crock. Oh my god. That is awesome. Is that new? Because I feel like I've tried to do that before and it didn't work. And I was upset. And I was like, this is something that I want to be able to do in the future. So that is phenomenal. So you can refill your bowl from your inventory by holding the bowl and then clicking on a crock. Okay, it was just a wolf. All right, that's something. Well, that's kind of a game changer. That means like crocks can be taken with you and refilled easily. You don't have to like set them down and stuff. All right. So here's some goats. Okay, you're coming to fight me? Coming to fight me? Nice, that was a good one. But then there's some more goats around here. Here. So we've gotten the amount of meat that I wanted to get from the first hunt now, between all 3 hunts. Technically, it's been third hunt. But so I'm feeling better about our meat situation. I do want to do pies though, just for a more diverse nutrition. It'll include grain. We are starting to head into night, so I'm gonna start making my way back to base. But if we see anything else that can be hunted, oh, bye-bye. we will hunt. Grab this. We'll use the axe since our Falk's blade is broken. Here, another pig. Man, this sounds like it's a good place for hunting. So we'll have to remember that because we'll probably need to do this again. Just real quick, see 48. All right, yeah, we're doing pretty good. Let's head back to base and get this cooked up. The dome is pretty much done. I am leaving this space open because it's easier to work on the roofs of the hallways from above. So that's just my quick access to get up there. But all of this is now closed in, which is great. I have been working on gathering some unbroken ores in here as well. And like, look at this. This is one thing I really wanted to like show off, is how difficult some of the ores are to see in certain block types. Like this zinc ore, you can barely tell it's in this granite, right? It just blends in so well. And then I also got, look, I found some gold in quartz. Really cool. And I'd like to get it in all the different quartz types, like all the different post blocks, right? So this is exciting. This is what I love to do stuff like this. I love collecting collecting little bits of things. Got like the sapphire, like, and so I am interested also because you can get different kinds. Like this is a crystallized chunk of bismuth, and this is a medium chunk of bismuth. And so like they look different, and I think you can get like rich versus, yeah, there's like, here we go. Here's another good example. Here's a poor chunk of gold in quartz. And then here is a bountiful chunk of gold in quartz. And like they do look different. Obviously, this isn't a great way to display it. You'd want it to be elevated a little bit. I'm just throwing stuff in here just to get it out of my storage system right now. This is very exciting. I love this so much. I did go ahead and make 6 bismuth small lanterns and just kind of put them around. So like this side, except for that corner where the pigs are, is pretty well lit up. And then we still need to do lighting up of like right here and then over here on that corner. And then we'll be decently lit up. I still would like to make lampposts and stuff to, you know, look nicer, but right now we're just trying to get it safe inside the walls, right? So we're getting there. I have been working on making more plates. I've got a good chunk of plates. The winds were really good, and then they just suddenly died. It's like you can see I was in the middle of doing a bunch of this. That's unfortunate. I'm hoping they pick up soon because we need to do a bunch of iron stuff because we need iron hatch, right? Hatch doors for all of these. And I need to make 2 iron anvils, which sucks. It sucks making iron anvils, but we'll get through it. Been working on the South Road as well. We're starting to get pretty close to the Resonance Archives. This is another wooded area, and I am running low on food again. So what my current plan is, what I'm getting ready to do, I'm going to grab some more dirt, take down here, because this is right here. This is all digging through a mountain. All of this is underground right now. Probably until we get here-ish. gonna be mostly underground. What I want to do is go hunting here in these woods because it should be pretty fresh. They're pretty new chunks. I'm also carrying around, not that one, this one. I'm also carrying around my scythe to gather dried grass as I can. Just because we need a lot. We need so much dried grass. It's a lot because we need it for all the dab and wattle. We need it for breeding the goats. We need it for the mud bricks that we have down here in the moat. Is mud brick? Yeah, we just need a lot of dried grass. The weather is starting to get warmer. So you can see it's 15. At night, it's been getting down to -18. So we can't quite grow anything yet in the greenhouses, but I think we're starting to get close. I'm hoping in February we can start growing stuff again in the greenhouses because we're running low on vegetables. Here we go to work on the road some more and do some hunting. All right, I did some science in a creative world, and I'm curious if this science holds up. I was trying to see the effect of a large gear on this. I do wish it would like spin you around when you're on here. I think that would be funny. So we saw what speed it was there. And then if we... Yep, so this is what it did in creative. Yeah, it like pauses and then it gets really fast. Look at that. That's insane. Just that large gear. I get like this runs off torque. It like upped the torque enough that it could. It's now this, which is very fast, which is awesome. Very loud. Let's see. I think I'm going to change the layout up a bit. I think I'm going to put helve hammer here because I think I want 2 helve hammers. It might be better to put it back here where the pulverizer is and have 1 or 2 helve hammers working off that. Now, I think adding a second helve hammer is going to, I mean, that's obviously going to slow it down. Science, let's do this. Let that pause and then go again. Then I need to get another angled gear. Okay, so if we add another angled gear to turn both, yeah, so it completely stops when you try to use 2 at once with this current setup, which is good to know. So a second helve hammer we wouldn't be able to do a second helve hammer for sure. If we can't do a pulverizer and helve hammer, we definitely can't do a second helve hammer. But with the speed that this is going at, might be okay. Can we put an angled gear? You can. That's very good to know. So we don't need to do a bunch of changes then. Can put this on. Because that's just going to free rotate. But as soon as I engage that, it's going to stop it. That's fine. I'm wondering what I'm going to have to do to get this block to be okay. It just doesn't want to go away. All right, now that we've got the large gear, I'm going to take this down. I don't need this reminder anymore. Oh my god, so loud. But I am going to process so much iron here real quick, and then we're going to go, because I've got like 30 iron blooms to process. But then I need to go get more iron to make iron blooms. So it's gonna be fun. I've made not 1, but 2 iron anvils. This is probably my least favorite thing to craft. Is the anvils. So I am very glad that is done. Also got 2 iron hatch doors on 2 of the coke ovens. I'm going to go ahead and start making coke in those 2. We can get started with that. And then the next thing is, well, making more iron hatch doors. But also, we need to get a bunch of iron ingots to fill up the 2 cementation furnaces. So I do now need to go get more iron. I have processed all of the iron blooms that I have. I also removed the large gear for now. The lower wind speeds, the large gear just doesn't work with the helve hammer. I need to play around with spur gears and stuff to see if I can get it to work at low wind speeds. We'll get to that later. Right now, we just need to have some fun iron mining. All of the iron hatch doors for the coke ovens are done. Even the ones that aren't done with fire clay. So I think the fire clay finishing up is going to be the last little bit that we need to do, and probably go ahead and do it. Torn between doing 1 and 2 stacks, so I might do 1.5 stacks. Well, I'll just go ahead and do 2 stacks of fire clay bricks. And then whatever I don't turn into blocks for the coke ovens, I can use for the bloomeries. That is not where our iron journey ends, though, because we'll need to fill up the coffins with iron. I believe it's 16. Oh my god, we do have 32. We have exactly enough. But then we wouldn't have any for backup tools. I think we're just gonna go ahead and do this. Yeah, we got some tools. Most importantly, I have a backup hammer. So that should be good. But yeah, let's double check. I'm pretty sure it's 16 that you need to fill up the coffin. So when we're filling this up, put some charcoal in, and then 4 pieces of iron, charcoal, 4 iron, charcoal, 4 iron, charcoal, 4 iron. And then we need to put the lid on there. We'll do in a minute. We are also starting to get low on charcoal, so I do need to get the charcoal pit going again. I need to go deforest an area to get that going. And yes, so it is 16. And I have some coke stored up. I'm gonna go ahead and fire up these other those 2 are running, and then these 3 are not running yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire those up to get some more coke going so that we can use coke for firing up the cementation furnaces. And what I've done down here is have a little access area to be able to fill it all up. And I can't remember how much you need down there. Oh, it only needs to be underneath the stone coffin. It doesn't need to be all 3. Okay, so my coffin's there. Okay, so I can fill this up a little bit. Then it would need to be like, imagine this side's also filled up. So we would just be putting it here. Oh, you know what I did in my last world? I think I did another iron hatch door. I'm so freaking sick of making iron plates right now. I don't know if I'm gonna do that right now. But maybe later. Okay. Oh, is this fire clay? Oh, this is raw fire clay. So I've got 1 stack of raw fire clay. Means I need to go ahead and get another stack, and then I need to fill this up with more blocks. Probably blue clay. I need to go find some more blue clay. I'm pretty sure the spot that I have is almost depleted completely. So I'm gonna need to go find some more blue clay.